everything was gone. As we were kept.
They had to.
There's been a breach.
Yeah.
We said there was a breach underground, according to the state, and they kept denying us for 18 months, 2 years. They denied, actually more than that, 3 years, they denied total breach, okay, of the reactors, both air, atmospheric and underground. The watering was a real desultory. It was just for show, just to keep
it was all PR. That's exactly what it was.
And whatever water was used, maybe 90% of it was salt water. And so down below, we have this mixture, salt water. What's so bad about the salt in the water is that blocks the where it's not supposed to, the filtration process. In other words, you have these very fine pore membranes with very small pores.
It clogs them up.
Any kind of heavy will clog it up, yeah. So they basically cannot do any kind of filtration for maybe 2 years, carry on. Basically, said, well, we need another $1 billion yen. That's $10 million.
And another year to build another prototype.
Build another prototype. Yeah, not even
a prototype.
So, in other words, they're just trying to milk the system to keep up the fraud. These guys ran Hanford and Savannah River. And if we know anything about Hanford and Savannah River, there was no filtration.
No.
These are dead zones in America, and now they're just there for the same reason. Another cover-up, another nice show, another Potemkin village. Oh, we're doing something.
That's right. Hanford is Hanford, Yoshi, is a catastrophe. Which doesn't get covered here. Those in-ground tanks are all rotting. They're all leaking. Yeah. There's radiation going into the Columbia River. Nobody talks about it. All the way into the Pacific.
The governor did try. The governor of Washington, to his credit, did try, and then he went silent. He had to go silent. I mean, this is incredible, the incompetence, the ineptitude, the technical,
it's genocide.
Idiocy of these people.
It's genocide.
That's the end result.
And I say again, they don't give a crap because they can kill 1 billion or 2 billion people, and as long as they get their money, they don't care. They don't care.
They're looking to be sitting it out on another planet.
Boy, I'll tell you, Putin. I go again. Putin. If he could come out against nuclear, his place in history would be just burnished in shining gold.
Putin-Trump partnership, Donald Trump and Putin.
There you go.
Get their act together and stop this and solve this global problem. I mean, this is the biggest problem the world faces today. And forget these wars.
The biggest problem we have today is nuclear.
And forget these wars, because what are we fighting for? We're fighting for a dead planet. Whether you're Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, we're just fighting for a dead planet. Whoever wins gets to die horribly when the radiation is just totally out of control. Okay?
That's true.
We've got to all work together, and it's up to Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin to show the leadership that's required. Because those are the only two guys that have any leadership in this world. So we've got to call.
Well, it isn't the Zionists, that's for damn sure. And
no. They own. The Rothschilds have shares in something like 90% of the uranium mining industry.
Yes, sir.
And most of the nuclear industry. So they're profiteering. They're the ones got a hold on Canada. All the uranium companies there. Australia.
Well,
that's Rothschild. So they're making a fine profit and investing in space. Virgin space, galactic space. They're trying to get off the planet and let the rest of us fry in oil, in boiling radiation.
That's exactly right.
We've got to have a political change at the top to take this seriously, put this at the front of the global agenda, tell the UN, get out of the way, either join up or get out. There will be no IAEA. We don't need a ban it and start all over again, ground up. This is what's got to be done, and this is what the election season should be about. How we're going to develop the new policy to save this planet, save humanity, and save life on Earth. That's what is necessary today, tomorrow, and after this election. We got to really get busy to shut down this whole nuclear thing and bury it where it belongs, back into the ground from whence it came, and did not the Navajo, the Navajo shamans tell us, don't take this stuff up out of the ground. It's more powerful than humans. The stuff of the gods, we humans can't handle it. We were warned. Every Aboriginal group on Earth, Aborigines out there, warned against taking this stuff out of the ground. They knew those mountains were killer mountains. They were dangerous. Don't go near there. Go there only if you are a god, because a human can't survive there. And we didn't listen to them, okay?
You're so right.
These scientists and engineers thought they are gods. We are gods. We do whatever we want, okay? We control the greatest powers in the universe. I'm sorry, Fukushima has turned that upside down and exposed these people to be total frauds. Wizards of Oz. That's all they are. Wizards of Oz. Total fraud.
I looked again. We got to say goodnight, but I looked again just now. Leningrad nuclear power plant, steam leak, Leningrad nuclear power plant. There's nothing there. I can't even find the first story about the leak and the map that I put up on my home page showing the radiation going all the way across the Baltic to Stockholm.
That is the warning. That is the warning.
Nothing there.
Vladimir Putin. That is the warning to the EU. You've got to break with his nuclear monopoly. You've got to think for yourself. You've got to fight for human survival and forget about this rotten, corrupted industry. So you've got to break and move ahead. And the new year, perfect time to do that. I wish Dana Durnford the happiest of New Year's. Hopefully the new year will bring him freedom from this witch trial that's against him, from this inquisition that's being mounted against him by these fools at Victoria University. They're not scholars. They're educated fools, okay?
He found... what Dana found the lies so overwhelming, he just literally, he's a human being. He got so angry he couldn't take it because of all the fatalities that are going to come from this lying campaign of alleged scientists. And they're trying to hang him out for that. He said something he probably shouldn't in the heat of the moment. It happens. Big deal. He doesn't mean it. Obviously, it just happens. So they're going to try and hang him.
He's been used as a scapegoat, but on 10 years, I think all of Canada, including the people who are demonizing him now, will realize that he's a hero and a saint.
Or they'll be dead.
It has to be said. Their children will be dead, and they'll realize it's their own darn fault for not waking up to the facts, the simple facts of what Dana found out there.
I should be, Kelly, Yoshi, you should be man of the year in Canada, for God's sakes.
Absolutely. And Trudeau has yet to prove himself.
Nah, he's another loser.
Give him a chance. The first thing you can do in the beginning of the year is sign a pardon for Dana and say, appoint him as an advisor to his new Congress. That would be fabulous. That's what Trudeau should be doing.
I agree.
And so Dana deserves Man of the Year of Canada, not Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau had to earn his stripes, unlike President Obama, who was rewarded with a Nobel Peace Prize.
Forever
starting huge wars and destruction, right? And
forever mocking it. Mocking it. Yoshi, thank you.
Trudeau learns that lesson. You've got to act on your beliefs, and you've got to help those who are doing that for you now, who are sacrificing for you now, for what you really believe in.
All right. Okay, my friend. Happy New Year to you, Yoshi. Talk to you next week. Okay, good night. Here he goes, and there we go. We're out of time. Thank you very much for being here tonight as we're off and running in the last few days of December. Tomorrow is the 29th, 30th, and the New Year's Eve, and then I'm telling you, I think I said the same thing about 2015. It's going to be hell on wheels. So you better sit down and hold on tight. All right, we'll be back tomorrow night to help bring you more information, which I hope will help you make better decisions for you and those you care for. Please don't forget to get emergency food. We have the very best at the top of the homepage. Ready Supply Foods. I take the Bio Superfood every day for years now. I'm going on almost 4 years. And I urge all of you, it's very inexpensive. 4 little green capsules a day. It was proven at Chernobyl. It will help arm your body to the best that we know how against this radiation that is coming over here 25 hours a day, nonstop. All right. Talk to you tomorrow.